comedian. He just finished a Northwest tour. This is his Tiny Pony debut. Please give it up for Xander Beltran!
What's up, San Francisco? Make some fucking noise. Keep it going for Marcus. Hell yeah. What's up, everybody? My name is Alexander Beltran, but I go by Xander or Zanny B, Zanzibar, Xanadu, Xanthrax, the X Factor, Triple X. Or at Starbucks, I'm Andrew, Tanner, Zach, Chad, or Scott. I don't know what it is about my name. Everybody that meets me has to give me a nickname. When I played football in high school, my name was Zoolander. My mom likes to call me the Zan Man. And my dad loves to call me Lazy. Yeah, something about my name. Fat Fuck is actually the most popular nickname. It's currently trending on Twitter. Thank you so much. And thank you to anybody who laughed at that. I appreciate you guys not being too Californian about it. You know? I know half you guys were like, don't say that about your body. Love your body. And like, I do love my body. I love it once a week with lasagna. Yeah, I get in front of a mirror, I take my shirt off, I get oiled up, and I eat a whole pan of lasagna. Yeah. There's a lot of love there. Probably too much. Like, I want to lose weight, but I'm not very serious about it, you know? Like, do they have like a P45X you do every other day? Or like, what about a workout program called Sanity? You put in a tape and Shanti's like, hey man, go for a walk or something, have some water, come on. I started going running, and one of my friends was like, oh, dude, to get like a full workout, dude, you gotta listen to inspirational music, you know? Stuff that's like, you're the best around, nothing's ever gonna get you down. But whenever I hear a song like that, I'm like, why would I work out? I'm the greatest there's ever been. There's no room for improvement? What are you talking about? I started lifting weights with one of my friends, and I stopped because I don't want to be like him, you know? He's so buff, he can't clap. We were at a Giants game the other day, and they hit a home run, and he was like, fuck yeah, dude. Go Giants. It's just like, what's the point of all that hard work if you can't applaud yourself at the end of the day? A little about me, guys. I am half Mexican and half white.
Yeah!
We got one in the audience tonight. Hell yeah. So I just look Italian. Yeah, I'll try to tan to look more Mexican, and then I just look even more Italian. You're like, wow, that guy's super Italian. Yeah. I feel like this like undercover agent for the Mexican race that gets to see how white people really feel, you know? I can already see the movie trailer. We open on a Mexican grandfather talking to his son, and he's like, today, mijo, I would like to tell you the story of Alejandro Miguel Beltran, a man who dwells amongst two worlds. A man who is half Mexican and half German. He yodels in a sombrero. He puts sauce on his bratwurst. He is the Wiener Schnitzel. But what truly makes his story worthy, mijo, is that nobody can tell he is Mexican. He is lo oculto mexicano, the invisible Mexican. Mira. Oh, hey, what are you doing after work, man? We're gonna go surfing. You should roll with us. It's gonna be sick, dude. Sure, what beach you guys gonna go to? I would say the pier, but it's all chetted out now, dude. Chetted out, what does that mean? Oh, freaking Mexicans took it over. They're swimming in polo shirts, khaki shorts, what the fuck, dude? You know that I'm Mexican, right? Haha, what if you were though, dude? That fucking sucks. I'll get the opposite, like I'll walk into a Mexican party, and from the back of the room, I'll just hear a cholo like, hey, what the fuck is that güero doing here, fool? His friend's like, I know, fool, it looks like he's trying to holler at Maria, what the hell, dude? He's like, fool, I'm gonna have to handle this. Hey, güero, what are you doing here? I'm like, it's cool, man, my friend Marcos invited me. Well, we didn't tell Marcos to invite any gringos. That's no problem, man, I'm actually Mexican too. Fool, if you're Mexican, you're what I call a Milky Mexican. What are you, like 2%? No, I'm half and half. It's weird being a Milky Mexican. Like looking white and feeling Mexican, you know? Because I'll experience white privilege and then Mexican Catholic guilt about my privilege. Like the other day, I was driving in my car and I rolled through a stop sign and I saw a cop and I was like, fuck, I'm gonna get a ticket. But I was like, wait a second, no, I'm not. And then it was just hours in the confessional working through that guilt, you know? I felt bad, you know? People always assume that my Mexican side of my family is the more foreign side of my family. And it's actually the opposite. My Mexican side of my family is very American. My grandfather fought in World War II. No, that's cool. It's fine. Well, he didn't really fight. He was a cook. So shouts out to racism on that one. That was a win. Can you imagine when they were telling all the black and brown people that they couldn't serve on the front lines? They're like, you're not fit to be on the front lines of our war. They're like, oh, fuck, no way, just saute, damn, fuck. Like, I guess I'll come back and raise a family. Like, that's why I'm here. My German side of my family is actually the more foreign side of my family. My German side is the more foreign side. My German grandmother was so foreign, she would wear wooden shoes when she went to parties. Yeah. And she would always complain about her feet. She'd be like, oh my God, my feet are killing me. We're like, yeah, bitch, you're wearing wooden shoes. Get some Vans, Grandma. My grandma had a very interesting way of talking. She said everything like it was a secret. She'd always be like, Xander, I don't know if you know this. And I think she did that because at some point in her life, she had to. But, you know, then she was just a little old lady in America, and all she did was watch the news. So she'd always tell me the news like it was a secret. She'd always be like, Xander, I don't know if you know this, but Gavin Newsom lifted the lockdown. I'm like, yeah, that's why I'm at your house right now. She'd be like, Xander, I don't know if you know this, but I might have cookies. I'm like, yeah, that's why I'm at your house right now. I didn't come here to watch The Family Feud, okay? My favorite thing that my grandma would do, though, is she always like got American colloquialisms like almost correct. Like she was almost there, you know? Like I remember one time I was in her car and she was speeding and I was like, Grandma, why are you speeding? And she's like, oh my God, I have to pee like a horse. I was like, Grandma, it's pee like a racehorse. She was like, no, 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 I have to pee like a horse. Like I have a very big horse penis. I was like, that's not why we say that. Speaking of pee, I live here in San Francisco. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I actually like it a lot more recently because I just figured out a great way to save money living in San Francisco. You guys are gonna love this. It's called traveling. Yeah, it's incredibly affordable. As soon as you leave the city, you're like, whoa, what a deal, this is crazy. I remember the first time I did comedy on the road, I went out to Phoenix, Arizona, and I experienced this emotion I never felt growing up in California. I bought something, and I was glad that I did that. Yeah, I'd never felt like that before. It was a weird feeling. Like I went into a sandwich place and I was like, hey, can I get a sandwich? And the guy was like, sure thing, that'll be $6. And I was like, what? What do you mean? Like, do I have to return it? He was like, no, that's just what our sandwiches cost here. And I was like, oh, fuck. Let me get 3 sandwiches. Also, how much for the building, huh? I'd love to be a small business owner. What's your rent? Like 10 sandwiches and a smile? Because in San Francisco, like every time I buy something, I just want to fight the cashier. Like the other night, I was on a date with this girl, and we had drinks, and afterwards we wanted to get pizza, so I walked in this pizza place, and I was like, hey, can I get 2 slices of pepperoni? And the guy was like, sure thing. That'll be $20. And And I was like, dude, I'll fuck you up right now. You wanna fuck me up? Fucking disrespect me again, bro. I'll throw hands, dude. Like, that's not what pizza costs. That's not what it costs. You know? I don't know, like trying to find a place to live here is so messed up. Like every listing is like it's $35,000 a day. We don't have utilities. You have to bring our own running water. We don't have it. And you have to have consensual sex with the landlord or you lose rent control. Yeah, you have to enjoy it. Yeah, my landlord was like, you better fucking start smiling, kid. I was just like, ugh, thanks, daddy. Ugh. So annoying, you know? It's hot in here. My favorite thing about the Bay Area, though, is that everybody from here is a little bit gangster, like no matter who they are. There's just like a little bit of hood in everybody. I think it's like that in most big cities, you know? Because you're either from like a hood neighborhood and you're like, I'm from East Oakland, huh? Or you're from like Walnut Creek and you're like, I'm from East Oakland too, Please listen to my SoundCloud. Dude, we struggle out here too, man. Sometimes our stepmoms aren't hot. It's tough, you know? And I think even if you tried to shelter a kid here, you couldn't accomplish it. Like in a big city, I think it's impossible. You know, because you could like send them to a school where they grow their own kale, you know? And like raise their own horse, right? But you take them on the subway one time and they'll witness a live birth. Or see somebody smoke crack out of their butt. I remember the first time I saw that, I was like, that's disgusting. Second time I saw it, I was like, how's he doing that? Pretty cool method. I like that. It's not bad. Yeah, the Bay Area is so gangster. The other day, I was at a Whole Foods, and I went to grab the last dark chocolate bar off this rack. And while I was reaching for it, this old white lady grabbed it in front of me and was like, not today. I wasn't even mad. I admired her. I was like, damn, you're a bad bitch. Like, that was hot as fuck. I love strong women. You know? I was like, I don't even need chocolate. I just need your phone number. Let's go on a date. Let's go get some soup, girl. Let's do it. And I have nothing against dating older women. I'm getting pretty old myself. I'm 32. Yeah, I'm getting up there, you know. It's weird. I'm starting to feel my age a little bit. I recently started taking preemptive Tums. Yeah, I'm recognizing patterns. I'm getting ahead of trends. It's good. It's weird. As I get older, I have like all these new interests that are just like happening to me, you know? Like I have this new thing where I just drink tea and look out of my window. I love it so much. I don't know why I like it so much. The other day I was drinking tea and looking out of my window and I saw one of my neighbors hanging up a wool sweater. And I opened up my window and I said, that's a smart move. You don't want to throw that in the dryer, that's gonna shrink. You want to wear that for life. Good move, buddy. Why did I feel compelled to do that? What's happening to me? Like, I used to be a cool guy. Now I'm talking about how to do laundry with strangers. I'm just like slowly turning into my dad, which is fine. My dad's a great guy. There's just some things I wish I hadn't picked up. Like I have this new thing where I can't stand casually anymore. I don't know how to do it. I used to be so good at it, I'd like lean against the wall like the Fonz. I was very relaxed, you know? But now if I get to a restaurant like 20 minutes before my friends get there, I wait for them like this. I just start fake golfing, like... I don't even golf, I just don't feel comfortable in my body anymore. The worst part is I'm in this current battle right now where I'm afraid that I might get into bird watching. I'm so scared. I'll tell you guys how I got started. I like to go running in Golden Gate Park at this lake called Stowe Lake. And I was running around the lake one day, and I saw this bird that I thought was just like a really cool-looking bird. I was like, damn, that's a sick bird. It's like this blue and gold and so big and majestic. I was like, God, that's gorgeous, you know? So I stopped to take a picture of the bird, and while I was taking a picture of it, this old man like sat up next to me, and he tapped me on the shoulder, and he was like, you're actually in luck. That bird's only in San Francisco 3 days out of the year. And I was just like, oh, fuck. What's its migration pattern look like? I was like, fuck, it's gonna go to Chile, all the way to Chile. And I got to see it on his little bird journey. Fuck, that's so cool. And now I have to try to avoid this guy when I go jogging. Like the other day, I was running around the lake, and from across the lake, he was like, what's up, Xander? And I was like, what's up, Garth? And he was like, do you want to look at some birds today, young man? And I was like, yeah. What's in season? Like, how do you get out of that? Like, is there like support groups for having bad hobbies? Is there like a rec center I can go to? I'm like in a group of people. There's like a girl who's like, I'm 5 days clean from solitaire. Another guy's like, I'm 3 weeks clean from mahjong, man. It's hard. It's ran by a guy who's like, I'm 10 years clean from scrapbooking. You can do it. Just put the pace down. One of the cooler things about getting older, though, is I'm finally friends with my parents. Yeah, it's pretty good. I accomplished that by getting my parents to try weed. Yeah, if you haven't gotten your parents on drugs yet, I highly recommend it. Yeah, you got to get the adults on drugs, keep the kids off drugs, and that's how we're all going to get the America we deserve. I'm running for president next year. I think I got a pretty good shot, actually. Might actually work out. Yeah, I got my dad to try weed first, and if you guys want to accomplish that, a little piece of advice, don't try to make it sound fun. Your dad doesn't necessarily think you're fun. Like with my dad, I was like, all right, let's try to do the fun round. So I was like, hey, Dad, like, let's smoke a joint together and listen to Led Zeppelin. Like, that'd be really fun, right? My dad was like, I haven't had fun since 1991 when you were born. I was like, fuck, that was a sick burn. All right. Dad, if you eat one of these edibles, you'll sleep all the way through the night. You won't wake up in the middle of the night. And my dad was like, I haven't slept through the night since 1991 when you were born. I was like, fuck, all right, how do I get my dad to try this weed? And I remembered my dad's favorite thing to do is go to CVS and find a new ointment. He loves it. He loves ointments. So I went up to my dad and I was like, hey, Dad, I got this CBD bomb. It has no THC in it, and you put on your joints, and it gets rid of all your aches and pains. And my dad's in his 60s, so he was like, did you say no more aches and pains? I was like, yeah, it's actually better than Ben Gay. My dad was like, don't you fucking lie to me. Ben Gay's really good. And I give it to my dad, and he puts it on his body like it's Tiger Balm. Just like fucking everywhere, right? And I had lied to him. It had THC in it. So I was just watching my dad like, oh, fuck. Like, it's going down tonight. I found my dad an hour later in his workout room. You guys ever seen an exercise room that has a lazy boy chair in it? Like, what kind of self-sabotage? My dad walks past the treadmill every day to sit down. But anyways, I find my dad in his workout room, and he's shirtless. He was watching an Eagles concert on Palladia TV, And he was drinking whiskey out of the bottle and the glass. Yeah, he was like, one for me and one for me, brother rock and roll. And I slip out of the room because I don't want my dad to see me catching him having the night of his life, right? I'm like, wow, I've never seen him this happy. Let me get out of here, you know? So I go down to the living room, and I swear, like an hour later, he walks into the living room like this. He's like, so food, or you want to get some food, or? I was like, yeah, dude, let's get some food. And it was actually the first time my dad ever asked me what I wanted to eat. He's usually like, we're having chicken and asparagus or steak and potatoes, you know? He was like, what are you feeling like? He's like, you want to get like some Thai, maybe some Indian? I don't know, I've been feeling kind of spicy lately. And I was like, it's nice to finally meet you, Dad. This is pretty cool. It's a nice moment, you know? I love to smoke weed, which you could probably tell by everything about me. I know I look like I drifted ashore to get here today. I promise you guys, I got here in a car, I was dry, and then I started sweating, okay? I really like smoking weed, but I don't think it makes you cool anymore. I feel like it's lost that aspect, you know? I miss that shit. Like, you used to have to be a cool person to get weed. You guys remember those days? Like in high school, my friends would be like, hey, Xander, can you get weed? And I'd be like, yeah, I could get weed. We have to watch Animal Planet with my friend Greg, but we can get it. Now, anybody can get weed. You just walk into a store and you're like, one marijuana, please. And a college graduate comes out with the weed and all the scientific information about where they grew it, how much THC, CBD, CBN, CBG. It's exhausting. You ever like listen to these guys explain weed to you? You're like, dude, I didn't come here to learn. I came here to forget. Just give me the forget me smoke, let me go. Actually, this one's from Northern Alaska. Shut the fuck up, dude. Give me this shit. I miss buying weed from pot dealers, you know? Because they always had like really interesting personalities. Like I had this pot dealer in high school that whenever you wanted to pick up weed from him, he would never say the address he was at. He'd always just say a landmark he was parked nearby. So it was like a scavenger hunt. We'd be like, hey man, I'm trying to pick up some weed. He'd be like, all right, cool, I'm by the shells. He'd be like, you're at the beach? He'd be like, nah, I'm at a Shell gas station. You'd be like, all right, well, which Shell gas station? He'd be like, find out, bro. We'd have to just drive around town looking at every Shell gas station. One time I was like, where are you? And he was like, I'm parked behind an electrical truck. We found him. It took like 3 cars, 12 people, but when we smoked that weed, it was gratifying because we worked for it as a community. The first time I ever got high was on accident. I didn't plan on it. I was a wrestler in high school, and I was a pound underweight that day, so I was very happy about my day. I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna drink water today. And I saw this girl in my class, and she was eating a brownie, and I was like, man, like maybe if I asked nicely, like I could have like a bite of her brownie. So I was like, hey, you think I can have like a bite of your brownie? Like that'd be pretty cool if you shared that with me, you know? And she was like, yeah, you can have some of my brownie, but just so you know, it's a special brownie. And I was so naive, I was like, oh my God, for me? Like, you would share that? Like, that's so nice of you. And I took a bite out of it, and it had leaves in it, but I was so naive, I was like, is this mint? I love this flavor profile, it's actually quite nice. Then an hour later, I was just in my Spanish class, sounded like an angry Fox correspondent. I was just like, speak English! This is America! And the worst part is I went to high school where my mom was the principal. Yeah. So fun. That's the only job your mom can have, where strangers will walk up to you on the street and go, "Hey, your mom's a bitch." I imagine if your mom's like a hairstylist, people don't walk up to you like, "Your mom fucked up my highlights, that slut." Like, it's probably not as intense, you know? I remember the first time it happened to me, I was at a party. I was like a freshman. I was at like an older party, and I was very excited to be there. And this girl walks up to me, and she's like, "You're Xander, huh?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm Xander." She goes, "You're Miss Beltran's son, huh?" I was like, "Yeah, that's my mom." She goes, "Well, your mom's a fucking bitch." I was like, "First of all, fuck you. Second of all, why is my mom a bitch?" And she was like, "Oh, I didn't go to school for like 3 weeks, and they gave me a truancy ticket." I was like, "Yeah, bitch, you were truant. Like, what did you expect?" I was like, "All right, well, why didn't you go to school?" And she was like, "I just woke up and I was like, fuck it." That's a terrible excuse. If you guys need a good excuse, my dad likes to use this line, just tell your boss you have anal glaucoma. Yeah, there's just no way you could see your ass going into work that day. Hell yeah, my dad got an applause break. Let's go. I got vaccinated. Did you guys do that? Yeah, I don't care if you did it. It doesn't even work. But I regret it. I regret getting vaccinated. I do. Because there's been no side effects. I thought there'd be cool side effects, you know? Everybody's like, "Dude, there's gonna be like crazy side effects," and I was like, "Hell yeah, sign me up, let's do that." You know, like I was hoping like maybe after the 4th booster shot, we'd all grow wings and we could fly. You know? Like, there's no parking, you know? Gas is so expensive. Also, imagine dissing someone and then flying away. You're like, "That's why your wife left you, bitch, haha." Like, what a dream. That would be amazing. What if I mutated and I grew a second mouth and I could eat chili cheese fries while I ate pussy? Like, that's a perfect afternoon. My brain is like, which mouth is tasting what? Like, that could be kind of fun, you know? Sorry, apologies to any of the chili cheese pussies in the audience. I didn't mean to craft single you out. That's so rude. What if I accidentally caught autism and I can get a sweet job at a tech company too? All I have are social skills. Those are the only skills I have. I can't type, I can barely read. If I wasn't funny, I would be dead. Could use a little bit of autism. Maybe I'd notice a pattern or two. That'd be good. I'm glad that the pandemic is over, because I can finally tell this joke. I don't know if you guys noticed this, like every phase of the pandemic had like a weird theme to it. Like every phase felt like some kind of like off-brand reality game show we were playing. Like some kind of weird MTV2 show. Right? Like the first phase of the pandemic was mystery illness in China. We're like, oh shit, what kind of illness is it? And then it was like total lockdown and there's no toilet paper. We're like, oh fuck, how are we gonna poop, dog? And then I don't know if you guys remember this high stakes game show. It was called Thanksgiving Don't Kill Your Grandma edition. Do you guys remember that Thanksgiving? Dude, we had my grandma over for Thanksgiving and we kept her outside on the patio. Like behind a sliding glass door. My Mexican grandma was like, "Mijo, why am I outside?" They're like, because we love you so much, Grandma. This is for your safety. Imagine if MTV actually made that show, though. Right? Like MTV makes a show called Thanksgiving, Don't Kill Your Grandma. They get like 5 college kids together, you know? The host is like, what's up? We got Zyler, Byler, Brindler, Mindler, and Tindler. And we gave them all COVID. Now we're gonna send them over Thanksgiving and see which one doesn't kill their meemaw. And they're like interviewing each contestant on their strategy, right? Like, first guy, he's a liberal, right? He's like, I love my grandma way too much, man. I'm gonna wear like 6 masks. When she comes in for a hug, she's gonna get a stiff arm. I love that bitch. Second guy, he's a Republican. He's like, I'm gonna spit in my grandma's mouth, dude. We are red-blooded Americans, we ain't scared of no kung flu. Third guy, his family's diabetic. He's like, please don't make me do this. Last year, someone died because we put a raisin in the potato salad. It was too much sugar for him. I feel like if they had a contest like that, if a woman entered, she would win. Because she'd just be like, yeah, let's not get together. That doesn't sound safe. Let's do Zoom or something. And all the guys would be like, what? You could do that? Dude, I killed my fucking grandma, dude. Fuck. My favorite MTV2 show during the pandemic, though, was definitely the storming of the Capitol. That was such good TV. It was better than Jersey Shore. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I was scared at first, and my friends were like, dude, the Trump supporters are storming the Capitol. And I was like, oh, fuck, like, what if they got organized? And then I turned on the TV, and I was like, oh, good, good, good. They haven't done that at all. It looked like every single person that's always wanted to go but has never been invited to Burning Man. It was like that exact crowd of people. I really liked watching people climb up the sides of buildings next to staircases. They're like, it's a revolution, tactical entry. Like, dude, you know you could just use the visitor center, right? That's your Capitol. You're allowed to be there. I found like 4 videos online of a guy going like, we just run up there, man. We just go up there, man. We could take it. Then his friend's like, and then what, man? And then he's like, and then we'll have it. That's your coup plan? To run at it real fast and grab it? Pretty sure that's the rules to capture the flag, but maybe you could take over a whole country that way. Who knows? I try not to judge them too much. They were just like doing their protest. I did some protesting during the pandemic. I went to some Black Lives Matter protests. I really believed in the movement. I think police brutality has to come to an end. And I stopped going to Black Lives Matter protests. After the 3rd one I was at, someone tried to sell me Molly. And a bunch of my friends bought Molly. I was like, I don't know if I'm creating change here. I think I should do something else. So instead, I just started an online show, and we donated money to the Innocence Project. Yeah. I didn't do shit. I don't like the way that people criticize the protests, though. Everybody that criticized it always acted like the protesters and the rioters were the same group of people. And that's just like not even possible, you know? Like no one's showing up early to peacefully protest at like noon and then burn down a building at midnight. That's such a long shift. Nobody's that committed to anything. Are you crazy? What you're doing is you're blaming the day shift for what the night shift did. It's like being an employee at Applebee's, you know? You could run a nice, clean lunch service, but at night they do cocaine and none of the dishes. You know? You shouldn't be blamed for that. I'm not proud to admit this, but I did a little bit of looting. Yeah. Thanks, some looting supporters. Yeah, I did some looting. I'm not that proud of it, mostly because I'm really bad at looting. Yeah, I accidentally looted a Men's Warehouse. Yeah, it took me like 3 hours to find something that fit. I was in there stealing shirts. I'm like, fuck, it's tied on the shoulders again. I need a tailor. There's just some places you really need customer service. Is all I'm saying. I don't know about you guys, but I really miss Obama. Yeah. I think about him every morning right when I wake up. I miss Obama a lot, and it's for one main quality that Obama had. And I didn't know how important it was until it was gone. Obama could do this really special thing called finishing a sentence. Yeah, that's it. I miss it so much. I didn't know how important it was until it was gone. Because I watch politics the same way I watch a group of kids I'm in charge of, you know? Long enough to make sure no one's getting hurt, you know? And with Obama, I could watch a TV, he'd finish a point, and then I could turn it off, you know? But with Trump and Biden, it's impossible to know what the hell is going on, you know? Like, Trump is all commas, you know? He's like, it's a very tall building in a big field of tall buildings in a big field of tall buildings in a big field, tall. And you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then Biden is all ellipses. He's like, we're gonna get rid of everybody's... I don't know, I miss Obama so much, man. My favorite thing that Obama did was he explained things really well. He was very good at that. You could understand where he was coming from even if you disagreed with him because he made sense, you know? Like Obama was so good at that, he could like say no to you in a way where you'd be okay with it, you know? Like Obama could like eat a bunch of cookies in front of you and not share any of them, and you would somehow be okay with that. You know, like imagine this, you're at Obama's house, right, and he makes a batch of freshly baked cookies and you smell them, you're like, damn, those smell hella good, like, hey Obama, like, can I have one of your cookies? And he'd be like, oh, well, here's the thing. Me, Sasha, Malia, Michelle, we came together as a family unit to make these cookies and make them delicious. For our own palates. If you cannot afford your own cookies, just know there are job programs we can get you in today. And you wouldn't even be mad. You'd be like, what kind of job program? About $35 an hour. Wow. No education needed. That's crazy. Other than stand-up comedy, my favorite thing in the world is hip-hop. I love rap music. I'm a big fan of it. My favorite thing about rappers is the confidence that they have. You know, rappers are super cocky, and I love that shit. I feel like it's one of the last places on earth where you can be cocky, and people like it. You know, like a rapper will be like, I got diamonds in my wrist, I got a fine-ass bitch, and my house is big as shit. And you'd be like, damn, bars, like that was pretty hot. But if you were hanging out and some guy came up to you and he was like, yeah, we started our company in a garage and now we're worth $17 million. You'd be like, dude, shut the fuck up. Nobody likes you, bro. Sometimes I'm confused by rappers because I don't understand why so many of them are homophobic. It doesn't make sense to me that they don't like gay guys when they have so much in common with them. Like they're always talking with their hands. They're always drinking rosé. And they go everywhere with a bunch of dudes wearing clothing that they paid for. I just can't wait to just like a really dope gay rapper, right? They come on the scene, they're like, I'm walking the club and looking for dicks. Or like, maybe they're like, I'm smashing butt after butt after butt after butt. Dropping nut after nut after nut after nut. Like, that'd be so sick. Or like maybe they're hard on the other side. They're like, I got fine bitches and they're hanging off my dick sauce. Your girl looks like Rick Ross, covered in lip gloss. That'd be sick, right? Can anybody here name a gay rapper?
Dick Bar. Tyler, the Creator.
There you go. Yeah, Lil Nas X, Tyler, the Creator. There's I Love McConan, Twista G, Drake. Drake is a gay rapper for sure. Can you do something for me? Like, come on. Come on, dog. That's a gay guy. I'm a little confused by this like new wave of rappers. Because like rappers have evolved, but in only one category. They are more sensitive now. Yeah, that's it. They're still misogynist, you know? In the 90s, at least they were like thugs about their misogyny, you know? They'd be like, bitches ain't shit, but hoes and tricks, right? And that was their whole stance on bitches. But now these rappers are like, man, fuck these hoes, but I miss them. What the hell? You don't get to feel both ways. That's not how it works. Sometimes I have a hard time relating to rappers because there's not enough middle-class rappers. Yeah, like rappers either have everything in the world or they don't have shit at all, you know? They're either like, I got pussy, money, weed, or they're like, life's a struggle, but you gotta play the game. There's not enough rappers that are like, I got a middle class income. I paid my rent on time this month. I'd be in the club like, call me on time, boy, I handle my business. 3 months straight, motherfucker, let's go. All right, that's it for me. Thank you so much for coming out. Keep it going for your host, Marcus.
Tiny Pony.